Hey, what's going on, folks? It's your boy Joe Dante, and I'm making a video about something really important that's going on right now in the fish room. Hello, Cosmo. How are you? The video is about what you see in that small image right there, which is my new 224-gallon tank. Now, I previously made a video about me water testing the tank. Take a look. What's going on, folks? It's your boy Joe Dante coming to you from the fish room. I'm installing this 224-gallon aquarium. I'm actually water testing it right now. God willing, it holds water. All the seals look awesome. The glass, it looks fantastic. I'm really blessed to get this tank. Actually, I got it at a fantastic price due to the unfortunate demise of another fish keeper. Yeah, I got a good deal. The gentleman's wife sold me this tank. It hasn't been used for a long time, and the inside, I examined it. It's just meticulous. So I'm doing the water test on it, and I'm filling it up and cleaning it out, and then I'm gonna probably paint the back. I got a lot of work to do to make this project come to life, but what I'm doing, when I originally water tested this tank, and the water got about 3 inches from the top of the tank, I heard a tremendous popping noise. It sounded like a gunshot, actually. BAM! And I thought the tank just blew up. It wasn't the tank blowing up. What it was is, this is a very old tank. Now, when I went to purchase this tank, which I got for a couple $100, if you know anything about these aquariums, something this big brand new would be probably about $1,300. Maybe you could get something maybe for $900 at the least, but I'd say to get a good tank this size, you're looking at like $1,200-$1,300, if not more. This tank right here I got for a couple $100. Now, I bought the tank because when I buy a used tank, I examine it. I'm very careful about what I'm looking at. I go into the situation checking out stuff like the silicone. The silicone. See that silicone perfectly straight? I mean, the quality of the glass. There's not a single scratch on this glass. The tank was pristine. The only problem with the tank was that the plastic rim, it turned out, which looked pristine and was intact, in perfect condition, as I was filling it and the water line got to about right here, pow! The center braces both just snapped right off the tank. That's them right in there. So, I immediately went, checked out the side of the tank. I looked at it at the front viewing pane sideways to see if there was any bowing, and lo and behold, it was holding up quite well. The glass was not bowing, the tank was not leaking. That told me that my tank was in good condition. I just need to brace the top with something else. So, what you see right here is that I'm in the process of ripping off the plastic top rim of this 220. I'm going to rip the top off. I'm going to completely clear. I'm going to make this brand new right up here. I'm going to use a razor and some solvent and get this completely clear of all traces of silicone. So it's going to be like brand new. Boom, the top. Then I have earlier this week, with the help of somebody I met while I was this past weekend while I was working in the aquarium shop. I met a gentleman who actually works for a glass company, and I got a really good price on certain measurements, precise measurements of glass to brace the tank. I'm going for a Euro brace. First I'm going for, there's going to be 4 braces from front to back, and one will be here 4 inches by 2 inches thick. One will be here 4 inches by 2 inches. One will be here, and one will be there. Then I'm going to come in with what is known as the Euro brace. Those braces I'm putting in are going to be on the inside of the glass, and then the Euro braces go over. And I have 272 and 3/16 long pieces of glass to Euro brace it. So in essence, the whole top will be a brand new glass silicone brace. That bracing, I did some math on it. I got my measurements right. It should be sufficient. Okay, folks, one last look at the tank before I take a razor and start removing all the silicone around the frame, removing the frame, and getting it real clean to apply the new glass. I received my glass. It looks awesome, so I just lined it up on the top of the tank to see what it's going to look like. Kind of try to make sure everything's going to fit, line everything up. Then I embarked on a mission to silicone little pieces of glass, little shards rather, silicone the shards to the center braces. I'm going to use those little shards of glass to brace the pieces in place when I silicone them, because they're going on the inside of the tank, not on the outside. You'll see what I mean in a moment here. I'm going to hold them up to the tank and show you what I'm getting ready to do with the silicone when I do put the silicone in. Take this right here over to the tank. It's fairly easy to do, cure quickly. Bang. See that? That's what the end product should look like. It should actually fit on the inside lip of the tank. Take a close look and see how those little shards are holding it in place. Also, when I ordered my glass, I made sure that the guy beveled the edges and polished it so it wouldn't cut me. And also important to get those edges beveled, creates a nice little lip. You'll see what I mean, a small little space to hold silicone in, and you slide it in like so. I was of course very, very happy to see that my measurements I took were perfect, spot on. And again, look inside there at that little gap I'm touching right here to show you that there's going to be a little space for some silicone in there. Although the whole side, there will be silicone applied between that side pane of glass and the pane that I'm sliding in. So silicone will be filled in, and also underneath the pane. Where the two panes meet on the corner, there'll be silicone in there as well. Checking this tank up and down, back and forth, trying to make sure there's no traces of silicone left. That's really, really important, folks. I can't stress that enough. Whether I go in, I went in several times with solvent, with alcohol, and also with nail polish remover I used, because some of this silicone was really, really tough to remove. The little chips in the glass that you're looking at, those were just underneath the frame. That's how the glass was. But look how clean I got it, how I got all the silicone off. I worked really hard on that to make sure there wasn't any silicone. Like I said, I spoke to a lot of professionals that have done this, and from what I know, some silicone can get into the pores of the glass. That's how it works as an adhesive, and it has incredible bonding power. It's because it gets into the pores of the glass. So picture that. You really got to get up in there with a sharp razor and some solvent to get as much silicone as you can out of there if you're expecting to use it as an adhesive. If you want your glass to stick together, you've got to make it as clean as you can get it. So as you can see, I got it pretty clean. Now I apply the silicone. I also use those braces and applied a little bit of pressure. I got all this from other videos, folks, so I don't work with these tools normally, and I did my best from what I saw on YouTube and other videos and other articles. The little shards of glass, they're working out quite well, holding my cross braces in place. I applied it very generously. I figured more is better than less in this situation, folks, when it comes to silicone, because you can always razor it off if you make a mess. I made quite a mess in several places, and then at the end I had to come back with a razor and do some touch-ups for cosmetic purposes, of course. See how I got that silicone right underneath in the corner and in the pane? Got to make sure to push and give it a little bit of pressure to the silicone and make sure there's no bubbles. That was what I learned. It was really important. Make sure you got no air bubbles in there. It's difficult sometimes, as you'll see. I got a few bubbles here and there, only where the chipped glass was on the edges. And the glass was like that already, so. I let this silicone here cure overnight before I removed those braces and then went to the next step. Okay, so it's done. This is 24 hours later. I've let the silicone cure and started to remove the shards of glass using a razor. Okay, so I've been working on this for a few days. A little bit of time here, a little bit of time there. Just want to give you a little quick example. See this? This is what you don't want. You don't want any kind of mess. You don't want any kind of silicone at all remaining on the pieces, remaining on the glass rather, that you're getting ready to silicone new glass to. The whole object is to Euro brace this corner here with a 6-foot piece of glass going across, and in fact sticking to both center braces and the side braces. This is going to give you your strength from bowing from front to back. Then the plates that I put over here, the 6-foot long lengths will secure them into place, and also that'll be the final support. That kind of holds everything together, those final pieces of glass. So they have to stick really well, because in essence, the 4-inch piece is going to roll across here, and it's going to stick, and it's going to hold these 2 pieces of glass to this piece. So that is really where you're going to get your money right there. And you want to make sure your glass doesn't look like anything like this, and that your sides don't have any silicone. You want what you want it to look like. I still got to do some work there, but I just finished over here. Where's it at? Bang, like that. See how clean that is on the edges, as well as the 4 inches into that brace. That's pretty clean. You can still see a little bit of residue there if you get real close. Most of those are just little scratches, but for the most part, that glass, the brace, and the pane of glass in the front and side are pretty clean of silicone. And I'm going to go over it one more time with some steel wool and some acetone to make sure that that is completely clear. So that's not done all the way, but that looks much better than this piece, which I'm getting ready to work on now. So the job is to get that completely clear so that the glass brace that I put above these is gonna stick real well. I gotta hit this up right here too a little bit, and I gotta finish removing the paint that was on the side of this tank when I got it. All right. What's going on, folks? It's your boy Joe Dante, and it's going down like Bobby Brown. That's right. I just made a mess with all this silicone, because if you know anything about doing what I'm doing here, you're much better off using more than less, all right? So here we go. Got my cross braces in about 4 days ago. I'm really letting stuff cure. I'm taking the real patient route with this here. I cleaned off all my glass meticulously of silicone before applying these Euro braces to the cross braces and to the front pane of my glass. Got no air bubbles up in there. Yeah, that's right. Very excited. The 220 is definitely coming together. Stay tuned. It's your boy Joe Dante. Right, Norman? Norman. 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 He doesn't care. 100% level. Damn. This thing looks dope. It's on the outside. Still gotta do a little scraping here and there. But